Okay, Coach, it is most likely the final go-around here in this building, but the NFL playoffs have come to sold-out Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Los Angeles Chargers. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 27, Cousins completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 16 yards, a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
At the 42-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second and 11 now. Cousins. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Brian Burns in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On 4th down on is Colby Wadman now to punt. Back deep, Golden Tate. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Hands up. 93, 52, 93, 44.
Dalton sets up play action. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Ndamukong Suh, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Passing, it's Dalton. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Go, go.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Charger drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A big play there for L.A. 45 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Hey, high 7.
52, watch 52. 52's the mic.
He don't know no better. Hands up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0. on EA Sports.
Chargers 7, Titans nothing.
Me?
41 Mike.
Ready, go, Cam.
41's the Mike. 41's the Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, 41's Mike. 41's Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Check 43.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's it, baby.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm scared. Watch twins. Watch twins.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, Alpha.
Ito Smith, his first carry. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 58 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Check 52.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins, and he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. He's at the 40. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Robert Woods, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. Dalton, 1st and 10. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A first down throw coming for Dalton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Seth Roberts, 40 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go. Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Where are you? Hey, 382, hey, 50. You ain't got nothing.
He's cracked.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout.
It's 4th
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the Chargers punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. They run with Pumphrey. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Watch the whip. Watch the safety creep.
The 20. Touchdown, Titans. Seth Roberts, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, spinning away. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
SOS. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Hey, receiver. Check.
Listen to me.
Now Cousins. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Yeah, this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Past the 20. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Ito Smith, 49 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his second TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Nice. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Switch. 52 is the mic right here.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Hey, orbit.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey. 52. 52's the mic. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team. Easy.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They run again with Breida. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
You don't want no
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins now, and lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 10, touchdown, LA. Matt Breida, 66 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season, get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch that in. Watch that in.
93, 52, 93, 44. 40,
now Ito Smith, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Well, this is caught by Jackson.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Andy Dalton now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
64,
they go with Abdullah again. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Watch the screen.
Bravo.
52's the mark, boy. 52. It's our field. It's our field.
From midfield here, Dalton. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
Right flag.
Mike 51.
Hey, Ken.
All right, D, let's all right, D. Switch.
Here's Breida. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Leave it, 48.
35's the mic. Watch the slant.
Two.
Turn up. Kill.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Mike 35.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now Leonard Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Breida. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Barrett, on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Cousins to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Extra point try now for Walsh. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And the Titans are going to come up with it. And that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here I come. Here I come. 368. Topper.
Again, it's Abdullah. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, Smith. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Receiver. You got nothing. 56. Wahoo. Check 56. Wide. They're running it. Check 3.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
You. Hey, exit.
55. Check, 55. Mike.
Line out. Where's the hot?
One last shot now for Cousins. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.